Greetings, fellow Southern Cameroonians. This is Chairman Capo Daniel. Today, we want to brief you about the incident in Iran where the United States and Israel are waging war against Iran. So, we want to give you a perspective from PRAP, an Ambazonian perspective. Today, na 25 day, when a Monday, country Sunday. One for Salo Oman at home and abroad. So, wait to the weakness and for the Middle East, now a very dangerous unraveling of principles that were meant to hold global peace together. The United Nations have come together, people have come together to sign this United Nations Charter that was meant to prevent war and to keep the war at peace. It has successfully kept the war at peace. Small countries like Switzerland and many other countries around the world have survived because of the UN. But the latest United States attack in Iran's nuclear facility represents a very clear and alarming violation of the United Nations Charter. You people know very well that I support the United States, but we must say it as it is. It is a violation of the United Nations Charter, and I'll explain to you. The United Nations Charter is the founding document that prohibits the explicit use of force, except with the approval of the United Nations Security Council against any sovereign state by any sovereign state. And I want to quote to you that United Nations Charter's Article 2, Sub 4 of the United Nations Charter is very, very clear. So we should understand this. All members shall refrain in their international relation from threats or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of other states. That means as a United Nations member, no country for that United Nations cannot go and attack another country by the use of force. It's not allowed unless the Security Council approve it. So, with this prohibition, United States under Donald Trump have attacked Iran. It is a violation of that principle. So when powerful countries carry out such actions, it put into questions the whole international system that many vulnerable people around the world, like us in Southern Cameroon, we look upon. Many Ambazonians, they expect the United Nations to come and give them freedom based on their rights that are in this United Nations Charter. If the United Nations Charter cannot be respected by powerful countries and founding members like the United States of America, then what hope is there for people of minority countries who are very obscure in the international community like Southern Cameroon to have hope that the UN will respect their right and respect the charters or their whatever is written there? Countries have been looking upon the United Nations, many oppressed people around the world, for justice, for mediation, and even for protection. So this is very disturbing development. We must say it as it is. It is very dangerous development, especially when we are talking about a period where Russia have also attacked a sovereign state, Ukraine. These violations does more than just escalation of the conflict. It's not just an escalation. It also signals a complete collapse of the rule-based system that many countries rely on for justice, for navigation. Everything is at stake. Zelensky and many other people have said that the United Nations have become useless. The Security Council cannot stop war anymore. They cannot stop any war. They have shown that they could not stop the war in Ukraine. They cannot stop the war in Israel. So it is very, very bad for everybody who expect peace. Countries, when they have elections, they have disputes, they look on the United Nations and this framework, this global framework, to guarantee some peace, to protect people from descending into chaos and lawlessness, and for intervention as well. So, but I must make this, it's for not just for academic purposes, but to educate our people. While we condemn unlawful aggression, we must acknowledge what the law says about countries' right to attack. The right of nations to defend itself against threat of annihilation is very, very clear also in the United Nations Charter. So while United States action may be illegal, Israel, unlike the United Nations, their actions may be different, and you should see the fact. So I will talk, I'm going to understand why America, the action be illegal. Israel, the action, I will show now according to international law. Because international law, countries have the legitimate and well-documented right for preemptive self-defense. That means a country then get right for go attack another country if they fear say they go attack them first. The one international law where they for the United Nations for Article 51. Article 51 for United Nations, it give right for country them for go attack another country if they expect that country go attack them. So my quote on the Article 51, it talks say, nothing in the present charter shall impair inherent rights of self or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs. So this is the exact charter that Israel have rights to defend itself. You ask us, but Israel was not attacked yet. How can Israel say that they are going to attack to defend themselves? International jurisprudence, under international law, there is what they call Caroline Doctrine. The Caroline Doctrine have the right, it spells out the right of preemptive self-defense when you have a justified imminent threat, or they call it imminent threat, overwhelming threat that leaves the country no moment to deliberation. So international law, the way it talks a country, they get preemptive right, but they must get threat. And in the case for Israel, wait to be Israel on for go they attack Iran. What people they want to know why. Wait to be the imminent threat. I will explain that for that very well. This is the threat that Israel faced from Iran, from the Islamic Republic of Iran. I will spell out the facts that Israel have used and which is there for everybody to see. Israel justified itself, and you can also check it, that in November 2014, the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he published his manifesto. They call it 9-point plan. The title of his manifesto is called Why and How Israel Shall Be Eliminated. So the leader, the spiritual leader of Iran, who is also the head of the government of Iran for the most part, says he declared in his manifesto that the only solution is to destroy Israel. It is there online. You can go. It's Khamenei IR. That website. It is his website. It is there that his intention is to destroy Israel. Not only that, in 2005, the president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, which most of you people know, declared in his policy when he was installed and in many of his public campaign that Israel must be wiped out of the map. Also, not just that, it is a law in Iran that was passed in 2011, passed by their parliament, when the Israel flag and American flag were burned inside their parliament. They declared in the bill that is passed, which is a law, that the state of Israel must be eliminated. That is a law in Israel. So the government of in Iran, the government of Iran, their official duty is to pursue the policy of their parliament, which is to destroy Israel. Not only so, Hezbollah have been transferred 150,000 rockets provided to them by Iran that have been used to attack Israel. So Iran is transferring weapons for terrorist organizations to attack Israel. They are also paying millions to Hamas and other Palestinian Islamic Jihad groups, whose proud goal is to destroy Israel and are against any two-state federation. So these are the threats that Israel faced from Iran that are documented. In Iran, on the last day of Ramadan, is celebrated officially as Quds Day. That means a day for the destruction of Israel. And they call it the Zion entity. So these are the threats that Israel faces from Iran. And Israel said that they will not wait for Iran to develop nuclear weapon. So under international law, they have a justifiable right of preemptive action against Iran. That does not mean that America have the same right. They don't have the same right. So these are not just vague threats. These are threats by government with declared objective that have put billions to execute these plans through proxy forces around Israel. So Israel indeed have a right and also an obligation to act before the next warhead is delivered to any terrorist group that can attack them without any link or any trace of link back to Iran. They do have that right. So fellow Ambazonians, why we must tell our people the truth, we must also tell them that this action also shows that Donald Trump is a very decisive person, is a very decisive leader. He has decided his policy to end the United Nations presence in Cameroon that will signal an end in the Ambazonian war. But we have also have a very high informal engagement with the Trump administration, with very high level officials that have reassured us about their care and concern about the plight of our people, and to make us have an understanding of their policy. Their policy regarding Pobia is being unveiled. We will give our people more information about what we know and what we are pushing for. So, but let us be clear, the erosion of the United Nations Charter undermines our plight. When global norms collapse, the oppressed people are the first ones to suffer. For our people who have been expecting help from the United Nations, a struggling people for their rights to be recognized, for peace to be attained, and for justice of our people who find themselves in a union which they freely join. This is a very dire warning that we see. If the world abandons law in favor of brute force, where strong nations can go and take whatever they want, it is not a good thing for anybody, especially the people of South. Sorry, I had a call that interrupted. So, for those who focus on diplomacy, appeal, diplomatic appeal, human rights pleas, such actions will just make the international ear become deaf to plights, and all attention will be focused on these big players. So we in PRAP, we demand a return to international legality, not just for the Iranian people and the Israelite people, but also for all minority people across the globe, and especially us in Africa, who rely heavily on foreign intervention to solve our problems. We seek justice, we seek to live in peace and create an environment for our people to exercise their God-given right of their identity and enjoy the resources that God has put in their hand in a government format that is their entitlement under the United Nations Charter that grants our territory that was a category B territory the right of self-governance or independence. If we cannot have one, we should have the other. So let us not lose faith, but let us also not be blind. The international system is being tested in ways that have never been tested since its founding, and we must be vigilant and also be defenders of integrity before it is too late. So before you go out there, at least know these things. We'll keep you informed, we'll keep you engaged. Have a blessed day and have a blessed sky wherever you are. Ciao.